When you coach middle school cheer,
And today I am here with none other than Bailee Gant. Yeah. So listen, Bailee, today what I wanted to talk about was you, cheer, and some of the things that you have to go through to be a great cheerleader. So, I was watching this TikTok video, and with this video, I see you getting down. So I want to ask you a couple questions. How are you feeling about doing this cheer here?
I feel like cheer is just most about having fun.
Okay. Because it looked like you were having a lot of fun. So when you were doing it, do you feel like your team was having a lot of fun with you? Yeah. How did you learn that cheer?
Practicing over and over again. Because one day after cheer camp, my coach showed me this cheer and stuff, and I was like practicing it. And somehow I just started calling it.
Oh, well, very good. So listen, when you were doing that and you called it, it seems like you had the crowd going. Do you know how many views you got on this cheer?
No.
How many you think?
More than 100,000.
More than 100,000 views on this cheer. When it started going up and people started telling you about this little cheerleader from Fayetteville, North Carolina, making all this noise, what did you feel and how were you feeling when you start seeing those numbers keep going up, that people were paying attention and viewing it?
I was like very shocked because I didn't know anyone recorded it at first. And I was like, whoa.
When you're doing it, do you feel nervous?
No.
You weren't nervous at all?
Maybe during the where we have to cheer in front of people. But
well, it looks like when I'm watching it doesn't look like you're nervous at all. Do you get into a zone and you just zone out and you just forget that everybody's out there?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Now before when the coach says, "Hey, Bailee, it's your turn to call the cheer," do you nerves? Do you get anxiety? Do your hands start sweating, or you get any type of nervousness then?
No, I just get up and do it.
Oh, do you ever worry about messing up?
Sometimes, yes.
And so, what are you doing? Are you thinking about all this in your head?
Probably after I finish the cheer and be like, what could have happened, but.
Do you ever think that you could have done this particular cheer any better than what you did here?
Yes.
Why? It's almost picture perfect. And everybody has something very good to say about this. The biggest thing that stands out is you're like the smallest cheerleader on the team, and they said you're the loudest. So how did that little body make that big noise?
I don't know.
Were you just in the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you do? So to be a cheerleader, what are some things that you have to do?
Probably, of course, get there on time, because you might probably get kicked off the team if you don't be there. Always stay hydrated. Always be prepared, and just be loud and have a good time.
Very good. What about your grades? How are your grades? How do they supposed to be? Do you have to have a certain grade criteria to stay on the cheer team?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
A's and B's.
Really? So not only do you have to work hard with the cheers, you have to work hard in the classroom to make sure your grades stay up, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because if you don't have your good grades, you're going to get kicked off the team.
Really? Do you really appreciate, does it make you work harder to know that you got to do these things to stay on the cheer team?
Yes.
Yeah. Next year is coming up. Are you looking forward to being on the cheer team?
Yes.
Why? What stands out this time?
Because I want to try being the captain.
Oh, now, do you think that there's a cheer out there that you could possibly top this?
Yes.
Really?
There's so many cheers. I think I can do one better than that.
You think so? Well, listen, I'm telling you, this here, I just can't get over you. And if you watch some of your teammates, they're looking too. When you call this cheer, they're like looking with excitement. How does it make you feel to know that your team is really behind you and they really like that you are doing a great job?
I feel happy and proud that I've learned so much in the cheer team. It's only been like my first year being a cheerleader.
First year doing this? I just don't know how you're going to top that. I just don't know what you could do to get better than this, because this was almost perfect. I mean, think about it. Do you know there's some people that have been cheering all their lives and they've never got nearly as many views when they've posted their stuff as cheer? So being that this is your first year, you got that many views, really, does it make you, do you say, hey, I just got it like that, I know I can cheer? Or do you just like, oh man, I got the right cheer?
Both.
Really, both? Do you think that this particular cheer was kind of like perfect for you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I feel like I can be loud. I know the right moves to it. Many people like it.
What would you say to the little girl that wants to be a cheerleader? The very first time they come out, what would you say to them to get past their nerves? Because I know that even though you don't look like you're scared here, when you were trying out, you probably were a little nervous. Yeah, so what would you say to that new cheerleader that's going to come in? Because see, you're not new anymore. So when you go out there, you're not going to be as nervous. But there's going to be some new girls out there. How would you make them feel more comfortable about the process?
Just try your best, be yourself, and you're just going to be on the team if you can cheer really good and be nice to all the people around you. Respect your teacher and respect your teammates.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. Give me some on that. I like that. It seems like you have all the tools that is needed to be a great cheerleader. And I think that that's why things are going pretty well for you. So I like that. Do you feel like if you do these things and you keep your grades up, do you think that you're automatically on the team next year?
No.
Okay, what has to happen?
You have to, of course, have good grades. You need to have a good voice and be loud when the teacher tells you to be loud.
So just because you did well last year doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make the team this year. Okay. So
because there's new people.
Oh, and you got to work. And those new people are going to be ready to work.
Just because you made the team the first time doesn't mean you're going to make it the second time.
Does that make you, do you get a little scared when you think of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you know it's going to be some people out there saying, there's this girl named Bailee on this team and I need to take her spot. How many people can you have on the team?
Last year we had 20.
Okay.
But I don't know how many we're going to have this year.
Oh, but the big thing is work hard. You always have something to work towards. I love the fact that you're saying that you're working towards being the captain this year. So the big thing about it is pushing yourself. Let me ask you, were you trying to be the captain this past year? Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
Well, I didn't necessarily get to be the captain.
Why don't you think do you think you didn't work hard enough to be the captain? What do you think was the reason you didn't become the captain?
Because I wasn't in like a higher grade. Because some of the kids that were on the team last year aren't going to be on the team this year. Because they're moving up to a higher level this year.
Okay. So when you heard that you didn't make the captain, how did that make you feel?
Sad.
And what did you do? Did you just say you wanted to quit? Or, what did that do to you?
Sometimes I feel like I wanted to quit because it was a little hard and stuff. But I kept pushing through it and I ended up making the MVP.
So you didn't become the captain, but you end up being the MVP. Wow. Do you feel like because you weren't the captain, do you think it made you work harder and that's why you probably became the MVP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, things happen in good reason sometimes. I think sometimes you have to realize that you don't want things to come so easy for you because you may not take it that serious. But because you weren't the captain, you didn't quit, you kept pushing forward, it let people see you and see how hard you were going to work. And it paid off. MVP. Wow. What grade were you in last year?
6.
What grade level was your cheers? What grade was the highest cheer? What grade did it go up to?
8th.
8th? 6th grader. 8th graders on the team and MVP. Wow. Pretty impressive. You got a lot of stuff you got to try to top. I don't know. It's going to be tough. MVP, 100,000 views with a great cheer, trying to be the captain. I mean, hey, it's a lot of stuff. When you go into that realm and you go back into the world of cheer, you got to go and say to yourself, hey, I got to make sure I show up every day. Do you think it's going to be tough?
A little bit, because it's a new year. New cheers, harder cheers.
Are you preparing yourself for things like possibly not being a captain? What if the teacher says or your coach says, listen, Bailee, there are some other people that outperformed you this year. Unfortunately, you can't be the captain. Do you find yourself feeling like you want to quit again?
No, because if you quit, then you won't become better. So you keep on trying and you become better.
All right. So there's always something to work towards, and you just got to keep pushing towards that. I love the way that you've let yourself beat the odds of anxiety. I love the way you've allowed yourself to beat the odds of being depressed behind something that would make you sad. And it pushed you towards something that's really great. So guys, one of the things, if you didn't learn anything today, you can learn that perseverance is really key. If you push through any of the things that you're going through and you never let the failures be the thing that determines you, your failures might just be your success. Because as you can hear here with Bailee, her failure was a true success. Guys, if you have not seen the TikTok video with her in this cheer, you got to check it out. It is something that, hey, I haven't seen a 6th grader.
6-year-old.
Well, I didn't mean 6-year-old, but a 6th grader. I mean, because you're the smallest one. It's almost like you're 6 years old, but like 6th grader, smallest one, putting it down. Got to check it out. Listen, Bailee, really appreciate you coming on here, telling us a little bit about the cheer, telling us a little bit about the things that you got to do to make sure you're a great cheerleader, and just letting us know that you can beat the odds. Everything is not going to favor you in the beginning, but hey, keep pushing forward. I'm Dr. T. This is Just What the Doctors Ordered, here with Bailee Gant. And listen, we're looking to see some great things out of her this year in cheer. All right, until next time, take care.